Hey yo, this is Koi. Today I have the AP80 PRO MAX, which is a collab between Hidizs and Linsoul. This is a digital audio player that costs around $240 and let's see what this little thing is all about. Hey yo, Future Koi here. I have some more information about the pricing. The $240 price tag is the MSRP when the product fully releases. Right now, the product is still kind of in its pre-sale phase and available soon on Indiegogo for around $150, which is honestly a very good price for this player. And if you're wondering what the difference is between the regular AP80 Pro Max and the Linsoul edition, the only difference is in the design of the back glass. The Linsoul edition, which is the one I have currently, has a diamond pattern back glass, whereas the AP80 Pro Max has a regular black back glass. And now, back to the video. Starting with the unboxing, it comes in this little box. Inside you get the player, a photo card, Type-C to Type-C, Type-C to Type-A, and I believe a spare spring protector as it already comes pre-installed with one on the front and the back. The build and design are very solid on the AP80 Pro Max. It is built out of an aluminum alloy CNC body with glass on the front and back. The glass is pretty nice, but can be prone to scratch and fingerprints. It also features a 3-inch LCD touchscreen, which gets decently bright if you want to use this outdoors. It also has a smooth volume knob that is also the on-off button. Below that is the previous, rewind, and the middle one is play pause. And the bottom button is next track or forward. It also has a status light that tells you the file format that it is currently playing. On the bottom, you get 3.5, 4.4 balanced, and a Type-C port. Lastly, there is a slot for a micro SD card. The battery on it lasts about 8 to 10 hours from my use with the screen on and off at mid to low listening volume. The standby time is okay if you don't allow it to auto power off, and it lasts a few days to a week, so I recommend turning on the auto power off if you aren't constantly using it. One thing you can do on the AP80 Pro Max is use a dongle with it, or use it as a dongle itself. However, I find using it as a dongle is kind of awkward as the USB-C port is the same side as the audio outputs. Using a dongle with the AP80 Pro Max is nice, but when using it with a power-hungry dongle like my DC Elite, it would drain the battery very fast and will only last around 2 to 3 hours. The power output on it is plenty for me at 190 milliwatts on balanced output. I can drive my over-ear planar comfortably sitting at around 50 out of 100 for the volume, but to emphasize, I listen at a mid to low listening volume, so your experience may vary. Moving on to the software, this is the user interface. In the music, you can browse the music you want to listen based on the album, artist, etc. You can also create playlists by clicking the start button on the top right. Next to the start button is the settings, where you can adjust your playback settings. There is also the MSEB customization, which is kind of like a separate built-in equalizer that helps change the overall tonality. For example, you can change the bass extension, bass texture, vocals, etc. It does work pretty well, but I wouldn't change the slider too much or else it can make things sound very weird. That said, it is a very nice feature for people that are not familiar with using EQ. Other than that, there is a 10-band equalizer with some presets here. If you want a different customization than the MSEB. If you connect the AP80 Pro Max to the internet, you can stream your music using Tidal or Qobuz. I wish that it has a more mainstream streaming service like Spotify or even Apple Music, just so people can have more options. I mainly tested the AP80 Pro Max listening to music I downloaded on my SD card, so it wasn't a big deal, but if you don't have music locally or Tidal or Qobuz, you're kind of out of luck. Some other features that the AP80 Pro Max has is the ability to be used as a Bluetooth dongle, a Bluetooth transmitter, and be connected with other Bluetooth devices. I know that was a handful, so let me repeat it again. First, you can connect this to your phone and play music on the player using your phone over Bluetooth, like a Bluetooth dongle. Next, you can connect this to a laptop over a USB-C cable and use the player to transmit audio to, let's say, a Bluetooth headphone. Lastly, you can use the player by itself and connect it to a Bluetooth headphone and play the music on the player. It also has the option to use HiBi-Link, import music via Wi-Fi, DLNA, and AirPlay if you connect the player to the Wi-Fi. Here you can import some ebook, but personally I wouldn't really want to read a book on a 3-inch screen. Then there is some system settings where you can change the language, brightness, USB mode, and etc. From the homepage, you can swipe down from the top for a shortcut menu with all the different controls. And then swiping right from any place, you get the Now Playing page. The software feels reasonably responsive and has never felt laggy like some other players can be. One thing that I wish the UI has is a home button. Let's say I am browsing music in my library and suddenly want to go back to the home page to access the settings. I would have to press back like 4 times to get to the home page to access the settings. Finally, how does this sound? The AP80 Pro Max uses dual ES9219C DAC chip, which is an older DAC chip, but still holds up pretty well and can be found in other devices like the Qdelix 5K. I'm not the best at describing how a dongle or player sound, but it provides good linearity and separation to the music and is overall just very enjoyable. To put it into comparisons, I would say it competes with dongles around $100 to maybe $200. Overall, the Hidizs x Linsoul AP80 Pro Max is a really nice little player from the time that I tested it. It has a nice build, responsive UI, plentiful features and good sound quality. Its compact size also makes it more portable than most digital audio players, so you don't have to carry around a big brick to listen to music. The only downside I would say is the limited streaming options on it, which may be a drawback for those people who rely on online music services. Therefore, I think the AP80 Pro Max is deserving of a 2-star recommendation for being a portable and well-rounded player that delivers a great listening experience. This has been Koi. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.